Good afternoon. Welcome back to my kitchen at home. This is Mama Marie. Glad to be back with you after a short interval. I haven't been here in a few days, so I welcome each of you back today. Now we're going to do something quick today, and I cannot make claim on this recipe because it's not my recipe, but I saw it on the internet. I saw about 3 different makings of it on different groups on the internet. So I thought I'd try it at home a few weeks ago, and I'm telling you, it was a complete hit with all my children. Then I made a lot at the restaurant, and everybody's just having a fit. Will you give me the recipe? Can you make a video? So I'm going to make the video, but understand this is not my recipe. I got it from somebody else, 3 somebody else's, in fact. It's called a Cabbage Casserole. Now this is my cabbage. I went ahead and cut it up. And one thing I want you to know, now I've probably got, probably 12 cups here. There's some that's not broken up yet. And just know that it's going to shrink. You know how cabbage shrinks down when it's cooked. So I filled my Pyrex dish pretty full. Okay, on top of that, I'm going to do some onions. Just, I want to show you a trick about the onions, okay? I cut mine in half. And then I'll cut that little stem off. It just seems like it's so much easier to cut off. And then you just pull the outside off, if I could get it started. And to me, this is the easiest way to do it. Okay? So I've got my onion now. I'm going to go ahead and slice it. I'm going to slice it kind of like this. Just some nice little slices.
So you can make the onions any size you want to, can't you?
Oh yeah, you can cut them any way you want. We're going to put it on top of our casseroles. So just spread it out. You don't want to, I may use all of this onion since it was kind of a small onion. Tell you, we cut a lot of onions at the restaurant, so it helps when you know a little shorter way, easier way of doing it. Let's see, this is half of the onion. And I try to break it up, you know, kind of break it up. And that's a sweet onion. I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit of this one in here. A sweet onion, this is the time of the year in the South to get real sweet onions. And they are so good just to eat them. They're juicy, they're called dadillas.
And for the ones that don't like onions, I love onions on this casserole.
Yes,
I don't like onions, but it is really good.
Now, I'm going to pour just a little bit of butter over it right now before I put my rest of my stuff on. This is melted, salted butter. And just pour a little bit over it. Okay? Now I'm going to do some pepper. Let's see, I have to look. This is salt, very little salt, because we're going to put cream of chicken soup on it. You know it's salty. We're going to go ahead and pepper it. Alright, now, I have made up a can of cream of chicken soup. 1 can is the small can, the 10.5 ounce. Okay? I put in a cup of mayonnaise. A cup of mayonnaise. That's all you put in it. Mayonnaise and cream of chicken soup. Okay, I've got it stirred up real good here. Now we're going to take this and just kind of daub it on it. Just down through there. I don't know if I'll use it all or not.
Go ahead and use it all, Mama.
Well, I don't want it to be too soggy, but I don't think it will be. And you know, if it's just the 2 of you, you may want to make just a little less.
How many heads of cabbage was that? Do you know?
It's 1 head. It was a large head, though.
Okay.
It was a large head of cabbage. It was more than a medium-sized head. Just kind of spread it out over your cabbage and your onions. Oh, gosh.
Oh, Mom, go ahead.
Okay, and I'm just spreading it on top real easy. I used most of it. And if you want to make for 2, you don't have to use this much. Just make it accordingly. But, of course, you know you can't get a smaller can of soup than this. So you just have to cut it in half or something and use the rest. Okay, I've got it covered now. And the next trip is some cheddar cheese. I'm just going to put some cheddar cheese across the top. And I think it's the mild. You can use the sharp. You can shred your own, whatever you like to do.
About how much cheese are you using?
Well,
Mom?
just cover it good. See? I don't know, Delane. You know, I don't know. But you want it just covered good. Okay? All right. You see how simple it is. And then I'm going to take Ritz Crackers. I've got a roll of Ritz Crackers here. I've got some melted butter. I've probably got a little bit too much. So I'm going to put it in a cup or something. And if I need it, I'll go back and get it. Whoops. Okay. Now take one sleeve.
That's just a little bit.
That's just a little bit. And I may have to add some more. You can go by the feel of your crackers. Got one roll of crackers. I mash them this way. I just go in it, mash them up with my hands. To me, that's the simplest way I know to do it. Then just kind of cut the end of it. And usually I would put my crackers first and then put my melted butter over it, but I had to have some melted butter. So just put them all in here. Okay, and I've got just a small stack here I'm going to do right quick.
So if it was, if you would just use one sleeve for that casserole dish?
Oh, I'm going to use one and see if it's enough.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the crackers really make it good. I've got another pack over there if I have to, and I'm just mixing the butter up in them. You want butter on all of them. Okay? I think that's about enough of butter.
Now what are you looking for?
Well, get it over here in the light. You can just see it coming in.
They're just kind of moist?
Yeah, the butter's making it kind of moist. And you just want to mash them good, make sure they're all covered with the butter.
Okay.
All right. And then I'm going to use my hand. And I'm going to put them on the top. And I believe one roll will be enough. You see now it's a pretty big bowl right now, plate of cabbage, but by the time it cooks, it's going to cook down and you'll have about half this much. Now, okay, and that's all there is to it. Now I'm not going to cook it today, but when you cook it on about 350 for 45 minutes to an hour in your oven, and just watch it. You want your cabbage to be tender. You want your onions to be tender. So I will cook this in the morning. I'm feeding the preacher for lunch tomorrow. So I'm making this up for him, but it'll look like this, only it'll be crunchy, your cheese will be melted, and it really, really good. Really good.
It's gonna be a lot thinner than it is now, too.
Because the cabbage will cook down. Okay? All righty.
And maybe put the picture of comments in the comments.
Yeah, you can if you want to.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll put the picture of the finished product in the comments tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be ready, and I'll cook it in the morning. But I know you'll enjoy it if you try it. If you don't, say, I don't like cabbage, well, you need to try this. You'll learn to like cabbage. All right, thank you for your attention this afternoon. I appreciate you tuning in with us, and look forward to seeing you again real soon, I hope. And may God bless you and your family. Bye-bye.